me, Autoimmune Warriors. I know it has been a hot minute since I made a video, and I'm going to explain why that is. So if this is your first time or if this is your returning time, thank you, welcome back. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. I answer every comment that I get. So let's jump right in. So last time I was on here, I was talking about my thyroid, and I was going through radiation and all that stuff to essentially kill my thyroid. And the reason I was doing that was because I had Graves' disease, and then it moved into Hashimoto's, and then it kept fluctuating back and forth, and it became like toxic, and they called it hashitoxicosis. So it was either surgery or radiation, and I went with the radiation because I thought surgery would take too long. That was a huge mistake for me. Not saying it's a huge mistake for everybody, but if you go back and you watch my thyroid isolation videos, I kind of lost my mind, and part of that was because I had to stop taking my mental health meds. And so that was like 6 weeks of no meds before the radiation, 6 weeks of basically my medication going back into my system. So it was like 3 months of no psych meds, and it really threw my system for a loop. And it took me months even after to kind of like get back to normal. In that time, I also opened a business with my wife. In November, we opened Hot Off the Press, and that was really exciting, but really stressful. And now, of course, we opened in November and it closed in March because of the crazy virus that is all over the world. And just to recap, the things that I have, the autoimmune issues that I have are fibromyalgia, mixed connective tissue disease, Raynaud's, Sjögren's, possibly rheumatoid arthritis. We're still waiting to see if it develops that. I have a lot of the markers. And I also have problems with like anemia and vitamin absorption due to the autoimmune diseases. So that is kind of why I started this, just kind of update everybody. It's why I started this channel. It's kind of fallen off a bit because I had such a hard time recovering from my radiation, from my thyroid, mentally, not physically. And then the business kind of caught up. But now that my business is closed and we're all home in quarantine, I decided, hey, what a perfect time to kind of hop on here and get back into the routine of having a video and having a relationship with you guys, because we're growing in numbers. We've got quite a few subscribers, at least for me. I'm happy with where we're at. And so, I thought I would just give you a little update and see how all of you are doing. So like I said, I had the radiation done. I have also since then, so that was last summer, since then I have gotten on a medication for my mixed connective tissue, which I wasn't previously on. I am also taking some anti-inflammatory meds for the rheumatoid arthritis type of symptoms. And I've noticed that, like, not from the medicines, just like as a progression, that I'm having increased memory problems and brain fog, which, for the first time ever last night, I like forgot what year it was just for a minute, but it was still a really weird feeling to try and search for that data in my brain that should just be like right there. We're not exactly sure why that is, but no one's going to find any answers until things kind of calm down. So in the meantime, I'm just taking vitamins, taking supplements, and trying to not get too stressed out in the atmosphere. Something else that I'm doing to kind of cope with the quarantine, I have 4 kids that are in the house with me. And then there's my wife, so there's 6 of us. And 4 of them are teenagers. One is basically an adult. The other 2 are 16. One just got their license, and the other is 14. So it has, they're starting to feel it. They're starting to feel the month long of quarantine that we've already been so far. And to cope with that, I have started to do what a lot of people have done, and I am making masks. I am making masks and I am donating them for free to anybody who needs them. And I'm letting some of the other people give them to like the hospitals and the nurses. I'm giving them more to like people. So a lot of people in my community have reached out and said, hey, I need 6 of these. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm making them. People have been donating fabric and supplies. And, if they want to pay, I've taken that money and I've put it directly back into the mask and like fabric or whatever. So that's been really nice for me to kind of like keep my mind focused on something that I can control and something that I can contribute and help make people's lives better. And so I really enjoyed the process of honing my skills, because I haven't sewn in probably 10 years, if not longer, really sewn like a pattern. And, so I've been using a sewing pattern to make these masks, and it's actually made me feel very fulfilled and proud of myself. And I would recommend, if you have any sort of skills in the sewing department, give it a try. It's easier than you would think, and it'll make you feel good. So since I'm not being monetized anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say the word COVID-19. This has really, really been a crazy time in everybody's lives, in ours included. My wife is a nurse. She is an RN. And so that has really affected like my relationship with her. She wears a mask in the house. She basically scrubs in to come in the house, completely showers, changes her clothes, washes her hair. It's been a real ordeal. Luckily, she doesn't work in a hospital, but she's still high risk. And, I'm high risk on the other end because I have many autoimmune diseases. So that's been an interesting thing to kind of navigate is how do you deal with your loved one, this person that you love more than anything in the world. You're not able to love on them the same because of this, and who knows when that will change. It's a long process, and they're saying May 4th in Minnesota, but who knows really? We don't know right now. So the unknown kind of gets to me. I'm a bit of a control freak. Don't tell anybody. But, it really does bother my sense of control, that I want to just like know what's going to happen and be able to plan for it and make lists and do all the things. And I just can't. That's how things are going here. I'm not really going to go into much about the virus itself. There are plenty of resources on the internet about COVID-19. And there are lots of resources on the internet about mask making, if you're interested in that. I'm just more or less talking about my experience so far. And I would really love to hear yours. I'm starting to feel a little isolated myself. And so it would be great to start up some sort of dialogue. So if you just want to leave, a comment down below about how you're coping through, this pandemic, that would be great. I will respond and we can, have a little conversation about it. And I'm going to try and post weekly. It won't always just be vloggy. We've been making recipes from scratch. We have been doing other sewing projects. So I will post about that. I will also talk about how my autoimmune illnesses are affected during this time, because they are affected. I'm not moving around as much, and sometimes when I'm sewing I don't move enough at all, or I sit in the same position all hunched over, and sometimes I push myself too hard, like we all do. So yeah, so that is what you get to look forward to. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe and ring the little bell to be notified of my future videos. And I'm really going to try and upload once a week. So I will see you next time. Bye.